the 93rd Academy Award nominations and the results of the ceremony yesterday took place amidst the background of a rolling global lockdown to compete against the worst global pandemic in 100 years. One of the upsides of that has been a 12% increase in entertainment time. So MIDiA research has calculated this on the back of remote working, remote schooling, the cessation of IRL, in real life entertainment alternatives. So we've seen a significant increase in streaming consumption. And alongside this, there's been the big four DTC, direct-to-consumer disruptors moving into the market, led by the likes of Disney+, Apple TV+, HBO Max, and Peacock. And all those services are bringing their own films into the mix, into the offerings alongside scripted drama, which has been the cornerstone of the streaming experience. So from the perspective of the participants and how they performed yesterday, the temporary relaxation of the criteria, the theatrical release criteria for the Oscars, has enabled films that would otherwise have been excluded from the process because they were released first on streaming platforms to be able to take part in this. So this has allowed a much more how do I describe this? A much more reflective and accurate interpretation of how people consume movies these days, because movie audiences in 2021 are streaming audiences first and foremost. So I think that's been the really big change that has allowed the likes of Nomadland to come to the fore and allow Chloe Zhao to be able to win that Best Director Oscar.
Do you think that qualification, that criteria will change down the track? Because we've been talking about pandemic trends, how they're being accelerated, and you've just mentioned the very strong consumption around streaming. Do you think the Academy Awards will actually be changed forever now in future because we have seen this acceleration towards streaming?
Absolutely, without a doubt. I mean, this comes against the backdrop of the recent years where there's been increasing sense of alienation amongst the entertainment industry about the increasingly unrepresentative outlook of the Oscars and who gets selected, what kind of films are selected, what kind of talent wins the Oscars. And what we're seeing effectively is the democratization of the film industry, because it's actually starting to look like the real world. I mean, right down to the fact that it was a virtual event last night. And that's been the reality for the majority of the film-going audience in the previous 12 months. With the likes of HBO Max putting films at the core of their streaming proposition, with the likes of Netflix committing to 70 original film releases in 2021, there is no going back to the pre-COVID-19 theatrical release model. There will be attempts to do that, and we've seen the likes of Warner Media attempting to roll back some of the announcements they made about how long they're going to do releases on the streaming service at the same time as theatrical releases. But the reality is the streaming audiences now are the film consuming audiences. There will still be a lot of resistance and reluctance about going back into movie theatres over the next 12 months. And frankly speaking, consumers have become comfortable with the ability to enjoy the big screen via the comfort of the home.